We only have one episode left, and then this insane season is coming to an end. But first, we gotta talk episode 9, Last Dance, which should have been titled Discount Dance. Anybody else getting major Zach and Kelly from Saved by the Bell vibes when they were outside the gymnasium dancing? Anyone?
Nobody cares.
Oh. Harness up, because I am about to rail you the L-word style. My wife is not going to be okay with that. This is a review of Season 2, Episode 9 of the L-Word Generation Q, and oh my god, did it take some turns.
Every artist who has work in there is out here. And you, this will be your legacy.
How did Pippa go all the way from
"You're not gonna use me"
to "This is both of our legacies" in just 2 episodes? Is Beth Porter that good at eating?
It made me feel like
I'm not trying to make you feel like... Hey, happy prom. You guys, I love prom, okay? I went all 4 years.
Why doesn't that surprise
me?
And this is why we love Alice. She comes right in the middle of Bet and Tina arguing and brings us this comedic joy.
What'd you bring?
Oh, booze. Alice, what?
They're teenagers.
I also love that Alice and Shane both bring booze because they represent us non-parent friends who always bring alcohol to inappropriate events. Totally ready to babysit. I brought more than enough for everyone. Damn, this single 10-second scene gave me the strongest OG L-word vibes I have felt all season long.
Today is just not a good day.
Okay. I'm still gonna meet him eventually, right?
Oh my god, this scene. Angie is probably the coolest, sweetest, most angelic character on the show. She, often plays the role of the straight man. The audience gets to see this world through Angie. She reacts to things the way most of us, I think, would react. To see her go through this pain, even though I'm gonna actually be in her mom's shoes one day, I still come out of this scene just feeling so bad for Angie and just focusing on Angie's perspective. I have to say, Jordan Hole gives an absolutely breathtaking performance in this scene, acting out, just that familiar pain and anguish and anger and emotion and passion you feel when something is so out of your control but affects you so internally and so strongly. I was blown away by Jordan Hole's performance here.
You know what? I think I'm gonna have to come out as a bisexual again.
I know there are a lot of pan and bi women that are super into this show, so I would be very curious to get your perspective on this storyline. Are you wanting to see this become a big Ellen-level scandal? I feel like in 2021, somebody as popular as they're portraying Alice to be, with social media and everything, I feel like it would already be kind of an open thing that she's bisexual, she's been with men. But at the same time, I can still see it being a scandal in 2021 because, this is why celebrities hide their sexuality, right? I am a little curious as to why Alice keeps letting people repeatedly refer to her as a lesbian. In my experience with friends of mine that are pan and bi, and even just people I've just met or acquaintances, they will usually correct people, especially if they use the lesbian label. It's interesting that Alice is not doing that here.
We were just talking about how good of a father you are.
Make it go away.
Am I the only person here who's ever told their dad to f*** off? What am I missing here? Why are we do we still care about this even? This and the art thing, who really gives a shit? In the first couple of episodes, I really loved the scene we got after the wedding breakup with Sophie and her family. It was really exciting and interesting and compelling. And I loved this episode's scene with Sophie and Maribel and their family just as much. Relationships, seeing people with their family, that is what draws you in, right? It's these relationships. And when the grandmother is like, isn't he a trans? And they're like, oh my God, you can't say a trans. And everybody like, this is the interesting stuff that you could see yourself having to go through with your own family. This is what we want. And this should have been Sophie's plot the whole season. It should have been the wedding disaster, and then after the wedding disaster, Sophie and her family coming together and helping her pick up the pieces. Along the way, we see Maribel fall in love with Micah, whatever. Like, that is so much more compelling than just in and out with Sophie and Finley, and oh, you gotta save Finley, and oh no, and the drama with Danny. You know, everything doesn't have to be the Leonardo DiCaprio death scene from Titanic. Can somebody tell this to the L-word writers, please?
Can I tell the world I'm dating a man?
Nobody cares.
Oh.
Give it to a teenager to tell you just how unimportant your is. God, I love Angie. She's so funny. This was one of my favorite lines of the whole episode. Jordan Hall has the comedic timing here. This line is so funny. Okay, am I the only non-LA, non-rich former teenager whose parents didn't invite all their friends to come see me off on my prom night? If I'm Angie, I'm like, Mom, why the f are all your friends here? Like, was every lesbian bar in the tri-state area shut down? What are we doing here? Is there nowhere else they can congregate?
Oh, and thank you both for getting Carrie on Mother Night. She's super sweet. She just needs a little help being happy sometimes. Like Eeyore.
What? What the metaphor was that? Carrie was like so happy and positive the first couple episodes when we were introduced to her. And Shane, like, is Shane Eeyore and has to be made happy? I think we need to go to the subscribers for this. I asked you all if you think Shane is an Eeyore or not, and you answered me. And you said maybe. This one, I guess, roughly half of you really think that Shane is like Eeyore. It must have been all that sex she was having that made her so sad. Okay.
Did Beth say anything to Carrie? Because I'm worried something happened the other night. Oh no, not that I know. Did Beth say anything to Carrie?
Oh, wow. Oh, what's that? What? No, we don't know anything. What? Ow. What? No. Oh, we don't know nothing. Oh my God, are you crazy? What are you talking about? Are you on crack cocaine? No, we don't. We don't know anything. Do it, babe. Okay, these scenes were fun to watch, but the real question is, why didn't Shane immediately text Tina after this happened? I mean, right? If Tina is as close as you say she is, and in the next scene in the laundry room, you're like, oh, kill Carrie if she doesn't treat Tina right. If you're that close friends, like, you text her the information, right? Apparently not, because my wife disagrees with me. She says, why is it Shane's responsibility to tell Tina something that Carrie only revealed because she was super drunk? I don't know. You tell me, is my wife right or am I right? Should Shane tell Tina? Should Shane stay out of it?
Nobody cares.
Oh.
House hunters,
Definitely not.
fine.
This was really the first moment in the entire series where I finally get a sense of who Micah and Maribel are as a couple, and we see them very cutely scrolling Netflix and Maribel making fun of Micah's Spanish. And I think part of why I softened on them is because we finally get to see them being a couple. No super high tension scenes of fighting or declaring love, just two people scrolling Netflix. Like, how average couple can you get? It's real, it's tangible, and that's what I needed. It boggles my mind that the writers waited until after putting them together to, you know, show us them together, but to each his own. Oh no, please don't let this be the start of the writers breaking up Danny and Gigi. No, no, please, no. No, God, no. Why? Oh, thank God they're hugging. Just, I almost had a moment there. Whew, is this what menopause is gonna be like?
Oh, you guys are together. That's great. That makes sense, because you're both very hot.
Give it up for drunk Finley! Speaking on behalf of the fans, and quite accurately. I was wondering how this show was able to afford Donald Faison, Rosie, and a prom scene, and this is how the classic TV do it on your own prom scene shtick. It's like the improv of dance scenes. You don't need a huge auditorium or hundreds of extras. You just need a hallway. Just pretend like they do on Whose Line Is It Anyways? Wow, another sad ending episode. I just wish it didn't end so sadly. What is this? The Godfather? Why are we watching this death scene while Angie gets her groove on with Jordy? I just wish it was a little less sad and a little more fun. Look, if this episode had ended less depressingly, I was about to go off about how the writers had totally redeemed themselves, and maybe I was totally wrong when I went off on them like the last 3 reviews I did, and, you know, the season was totally gonna be getting turned around, and all the relationships are starting to feel grounded, and blah, blah, blah. This episode was good. It was absolutely... Probably, it was a great episode. But we've got 1 episode left. Could you please give us something happy? Anything happy to hang on to? Can we just get something to root for? Like, could you please not break Danny and Gigi up? Writers, please? Can we please give Angie a break? And for God's sake, can we please end the waiting and do whatever the it is you're planning on doing with Finley already? Holy like, are you gonna kill Finley off? Just let me know. Let me know your thoughts about the episode in the comments. I said a lot of bold, so I'm sure there's gonna be people disagreeing with me. Just let me know about what. Also, I wanna take a moment and thank everyone who has recently come to the channel. I wanna let you know I do requests. I'm definitely gonna get back to doing more of those once we are finished with this current season of the L Word Generation Q. So feel free to hit me in the comments with something you'd like me to review or talk about. I'm Amanda, this is my Really Gay YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching.